actually talked with Dot Guthrie today. You know Dot Guthrie?
I do.
Yeah.
She's,
We're going
a,
to work on some things for the show.
she's doing a great job with the
Good.
museum
Good.
at the Ray Mill.
Check one. All right, mic check 1, 2, mic check. Wow. Okay. Robert, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. How are you?
Good. I can barely hear you. Mic check 1, 2, and do that for me.
Sure. Mic check 1, 2.
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay.
I can.
Okay. Awesome. All right, folks. Sorry for the this kind of scrambling thing that's going on, but we had to end one show and then start this one. So, and it's just me in the studio. But and now I can't get my laptop to work right. Hold on here. It'll probably come. Yeah, it's going to come back up. Give me a second here. Wow. So anyway, folks in the studio tonight, it's one of the late night shows, late for us, but Robert Kellogg is in the studio. Robert, how are you, sir?
Doing great, doing great.
I
You are.
hey man, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But I know you and I have been trying to kind of make this show happen for a while.
Yeah.
And, everybody's schedule's different, whatever it is. But listen, I'm glad to have you here in the studio and, wanted to talk about really kind of the future of Gaston County or Gastonia and see what you thought about it. I mean, where are we headed? Do you know?
Well, that's a big question.
Right.
Where are we headed? I think we're heading for good things. I think we're heading for change. And if you look at where we've been and where we are now and where we're heading, there's some good things on the horizon, politically, economically, but just like anything else that we tend to be involved in or look at, there's obstacles along the way as well.
Right. You've been involved with city government for how long?
I have been on the city council now for 4 years.
Oh,
So I was elected to a 2-year term and then re-elected for a 4-year term. So I'm in the middle of that 4-year term.
right. How do you like it?
I love it. I love it. It's really, for me, it's my passion.
Right.
I have a day job and I really enjoy retail management, but it is working on the city council, being with the people in Gastonia,
Right.
working on projects that really fires me up. So that's my passion.
What are, I know we've got Fuse is underway.
It is.
What are some of is there any other major projects like that on the horizon?
Really, Fuse is the catalyst for everything that is happening now and that looks to be happening in the next couple of years.
Okay.
We have a apartment complex hopefully coming to our downtown that is in the development stages. That's a private development. Looks to be about a $25 million investment in the city of Gastonia. There are many businesses that are looking to come in around the Fuse district. So it looks like that alone is acting as a catalyst for change. But as we look at what's happening in Charlotte,
Right.
everything is moving towards Gastonia. And you see it already in Belmont, Mount Holly, and parts of Gastonia, but it's really, really coming into the forefront. So we're at a great place in Gastonia. And we've been preparing for years, for decades, for what we knew was coming.
Right.
So we're in a good spot, and it's only going to get better from here.
Do you think Gastonia has been left out for quite some time?
It has. Yeah,
Hmm.
it really has. And even from the economic downturn in 2007, 2008,
Right.
2009, we were one of the last municipalities surrounding Charlotte to actually come out of that. I think
Why
combined,
so late?
I think a lot of it has to do with our economic makeup.
Okay.
Typically a mill town with
Right.
lots of textile mills that closed in the 90s. We never quite got back on our feet the way we were at one time.
Right.
So that has stayed with us, and we've shifted to um, more of a retail, more of a service industry, and there's still a lot of great corporations and big companies here, but like a lot of other cities, we've shifted, and that shift has been hard.
What? I'm sorry. To kind of help with the shift, have things been? What had to be done to make the shift, I guess, easier or quicker?
I think part of it is changing our image as a city, helping people on the outside to realize that Gastonia has potential, that we are a great location for your company, for your business, for your family.
Right.
And I think for a long time we were kind of the butt of jokes, and people would look at YouTube clips and kind of make fun of Gastonia.
Right.
They're
Right.
not making fun of us anymore. There are developers from around the world who are looking to come here. There are businesses that are springing up, people that are moving here from
Hmm.
Charlotte and other areas because it's a great place to live.
What is the attraction here? I mean, I know the proximity to Charlotte and Charlotte Douglas, but what does Gaston County or Gastonia have to offer?
I think there's a couple things. First, it's a growing city, but it still has a small town feel. So you can go to the grocery store, you can go to church, you can go somewhere, and you're going to know the people who are there, or at
Right.
least run into people that you know. So
Right.
it's still small enough where you can get to know your neighbor, but large enough where you have shopping, you have some of the amenities that people are looking for. So that's attractive. And I think another big attraction for Gastonia
Hmm.
is the cost of living is lower than Charlotte, and the housing market here. If you buy a house here in or in Gastonia, you're definitely going to pay less than you would in Charlotte. So people are willing to buy a home here. They can pay half of what they would pay in Charlotte and get
Right.
twice as much of a home.
Really?
The commute back and forth
Yeah, I was going to say, no, the
is not
commute is
right.
is crazy.
But it's a trade-off for many people. They're willing to drive to have that small town feel, have
Hmm.
a decent place to raise their family, and people do it all the time.
But you know something though, and speaking about the commute, when guests have to come here for any one of the shows, even the hosts have to get here. That's the main conversation. It's like,
Yep.
whoa, the traffic was crazy. And even in a year's time, I've been in this building over a year, but I've seen the traffic just increase.
Right.
Any idea why?
Part of it is the influx into Charlotte, and the influx right here into Gastonia. But
Right.
you're not imagining things, and nobody out there who's driving on 85 or 321 or any of the major highways are imagining it. It is getting more compact. Thankfully, there is plans in the near future to widen part of 85.
Is that right?
There is that bottleneck right outside of Belmont, between
Yeah.
Belmont and
Yeah.
Gastonia.
Yeah.
That is on the schedule to be done through the state. So hopefully that happens and is not put on the back burner. But
Because it goes from what? Is it 6 lanes down to 4 or something?
to 4, I believe. Yeah, and then when you get on all 485 as well, I mean getting
Oh,
from
true.
485 onto 85.
Into 85 South, yep.
that's- Yeah, so that whole area coming into Belmont is really um, perplexing.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. Because again, even some of our shows, a lot of our shows start at 7 o'clock. And I'm always getting a call, Steve. I think I'm going to be late.
Right.
I'm like, because when it first happened, I'm like, what's the problem?
Yeah.
And of course, I found, looked at the mass of traffic coming in this direction, and don't let there be an accident.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be stuck there for a while.
Yep.
So we had to shift some of the show's start times to 7:30 instead of 7 o'clock. That's helped out quite a bit. But yeah, so the traffic certainly has increased, and I think that traffic has increased all the way through like Kings Mountain.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and people are living further away and commuting a longer distance. So even into Lincoln County and Cleveland County, people
It
live
sound,
there.
it sounds crazy.
It does, but people do it all the time.
But and talking about traffic, when you get off of 85 onto 321, that's another. I mean, you're
It
stuck
is.
there for a minute.
It is.
Wow. So we've got some traffic headaches that we got to try to remedy.
And it really is it's an issue for the state, for
Right.
the county, for the municipalities. There is talks of another bridge somewhere over the Catawba River, which is desperately needed. But again, that's going to take a lot of work with our state and
Right.
our county officials working together to make sure that happens. And it needs to happen. It really should have happened before now.
Let me ask you this though. Charlotte, of course, is what the number 2 financial district in the country.
It is.
What is Gastonia going to be known for? Do we know? Do we have a plan or?
I think that's part of the charm is that we are discovering who we are.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a few things that we really have going for ourselves. One, our proximity to the airport, and a lot of these old mills and a lot of these old factories that have shut down could be repurposed for
Right.
warehouses and for support
Yeah.
for larger companies that
And
may not
apartments.
want to move here. Right?
Mhm.
They may not want to move to Gastonia, but they could have a warehouse here. They could have
Ah.
a call center here. They could have
Yeah.
support services here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're poised to market ourselves as a city that can do that.
Right.
That we may not see like a Bank of America here. But
Right. Right.
we could see some additional support entities from those companies here.
It's funny you say that because I've always thought it would be great to have to kind of push technology into Gastonia.
Yes.
I don't know. Well, I shouldn't say I don't know. I know we don't have the support for it right here, but the support for it is not very far away.
Right, absolutely.
So-
And Gaston College could even help in that endeavor
Right.
as well.
And yeah. And but that also they also need to I don't know, increase their offerings. And I guess they'll do that based on the need.
Right. Same with healthcare. I mean, healthcare is a growing field.
Right.
And that could be another area that we could capitalize on and build businesses here around. But you're right. I think we need to offer courses and trainings that are in fields and that are growing.
Right. So, excuse me. The future of Gaston County. Light rail's coming.
Hopefully,
It's at least going to
it's
Belmont.
pretty good. Right. That and the talks is to have it to come here into Gastonia.
right. The last conversation I had, in fact, he was on the show, but Councilman Mitchell over in Charlotte, he was on the show, and that was some months ago. But he even mentioned then that listen, Steve, you're the first to know, but we're going to get the light rail to come into Gastonia. I'm like, really? That would be a big deal, I think, for Gastonia.
Would. For me, the first thing I think of beyond the economic impact
Mm-hmm.
is the opportunity and the mobility for people who are otherwise stuck here
Yeah.
in Gastonia.
Yeah.
Who could otherwise have an opportunity to take the light rail into Charlotte, make a living doing something that they can't do here,
Right.
come back here at night, live here with their family, spend their money here, make a life here, and it could just open up a world of opportunity for some people who are really kind of limited.
Right. Let me ask you this. Charlotte, of course, has been having this issue with affordable housing. Is there any way for Gastonia to capitalize on that?
I think it's a national crisis. I
Yeah.
think it's not just Charlotte. It's not just smaller areas like Gastonia. It is everywhere.
Right, right,
And even, and not even just affordable housing, but you look at all income brackets, all levels of housing.
right.
There's a shortage of inventory.
Mm-hmm.
But we look at affordable housing, especially in our most vulnerable populations. It's a real challenge to find safe, affordable housing in some of our areas.
But you know something, though, man. But when you go to Charlotte,
Mhm.
high rise, high rise, high rise, high rise. I don't know that they're all full. I would gather, I would believe that they're not.
Right.
But there's people there. I mean, listen, there are people there that can certainly pay for that.
Yep.
Six figure incomes in downtown Charlotte is like the norm.
Right.
But it doesn't do anything for people who are in the service industries, and they can't even find a place to live. It's so funny. I think I mentioned this to Mayor Reed. I said, man, is there any way, just like I said to you, but is there any way to capitalize or we have affordable housing here. What can we do to bring people here? And I don't know the answer to that. I don't know that anybody has the answer to that. But we're only 25, 30 minutes from Charlotte. I think the housing is pretty cool here.
It is.
I don't know. It's just a thought that I've had for quite some time. I don't know what we could do with it, if anything at all, but I think it would be great.
I think part of the challenge is many times you have local government entities like a municipality, let's say Gastonia.
Right,
Then you have another layer of county government that does their thing.
right,
Then you have the state government, federal government. Everybody's trying to do the same thing, or at least they understand that housing is a real challenge.
hmm,
But nobody's working together. I shouldn't say nobody, but it doesn't appear
right, right.
that we're all working together the way we could.
Sure.
And especially a challenge like housing, that has to be an all hands on deck approach.
Hmm.
I don't think most municipalities, unless they are a larger city like Charlotte that has an income base, that has corporate America there, that's got that tax base to kind of draw upon,
Right.
you're limited as to what you can do. We recently approved zoning for a income-based housing unit in Gastonia, but that'll fill up quick.
Right, sure.
And I forget how many units it's going to be, under 100, I believe.
Okay.
But the need is much greater than that. We've got to be able to come together, think outside the box. And I'm tired of hearing no.
Right.
I was at a
Right.
I was at a campaign forum for the candidates who are
Mhm.
running for office, and there was multiple questions about affordable housing and issues of economic mobility, and I heard over and over again the answer was no, we can't do that, or no, this is not something we work on, or no, this is not an area that we tend to get into. But I'm thinking it should be.
Right,
We
sure.
we shouldn't always be saying no. And
Right.
maybe that's how we've done it before, but times are changing.
Well, no is easy.
Right. Right. It is.
It's a little easy, folks.
No is really easy.
Right, 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 right.
It's always easy to pass the buck along to somebody else.
Yeah, yeah. Or just stop it right there in its tracks. But you're absolutely right.
Right.
The Fuse project. The what else did we? Well, that just started. The water treatment plant was just
Yes. Yes.
finished or completed, which is very, very cool. Brand new technology in that system. So, but let's talk about Fuse for a second. Do you know? And you may not know. This is not some surprise question, but I ask everybody this: is there? And I know that. Listen, it's a lot of dough, a lot of money going into it. Do you know if there's anything in place that would ensure that minority-owned businesses will be able to work in that?
That is a really good question. And
I'm sorry, let me back up for a second. Not so much when it's finished, but
Right.
during the construction of it, because there's minority-owned construction firms, trucking companies, those kinds of things. And then once we're done, what is there for minorities? I don't want to say to do, but there's got to be something in place where whatever is divvied out in terms of services, it should be to minority-owned companies too.
I agree that there should be something like that, and that's
Right.
a great question. And I'll be honest, it is not something that I have seen talked about. And
Right.
it might be something that is, maybe that is in place.
No, I checked.
I was going to say,
It's,
I don't think it is.
it's not. And listen, this is no, I'm not trying to beat up on the city, but as we are progressing, you got to start thinking about these things.
Yes.
Because if you don't, because of course Charlotte has it, and Greensboro, every city I've ever gone to work in, I've had to get quote unquote certified so I can get some of the projects through this
Right.
that particular municipality. Gastonia, there's nothing in place, so there's nothing there that says we have to give 30% of these projects to minority-owned businesses.
Right.
So what happens is the same old companies will continue to get that business. They'll get all of it, all of the business. So I hope that there's something that can be put into place that we could remedy this. Listen, take Charlotte's got the blueprint. Take it from them and see what they've done. I know there's costs associated with it, but in my view, I just think it's part of doing the right thing.
It is part of doing the right thing and part of being a responsible government.
Right.
And I think, I think Gastonia for many years has not necessarily thought of itself as a major player or a regional player.
Right.
And,
Right.
and this is not in any way a slam against former administration.
No.
people
No.
that have
No.
served, but I think sometimes we thought of ourselves as just a small town and we did not have to rise to the level of some of our other neighboring cities.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I think that's changing. We have to, because this is not, a city of 10,000 people where, everything is kind of done behind closed doors. This is an open government.
Right.
Transparency, accountability. We have to be above the fray. And I think that all comes into play with how we think about ourselves and how we conduct business.
What's the population in Gastonia proper?
It is right around 75,000.
So what's another city in a neighboring county that's close to that population?
And I was.
Is it like Concord or something? I mean, I have no idea.
Not neighboring. Neighboring Asheville is actually only a little bit larger than us. They seem. I mean, if you go to Asheville, you're thinking
They do seem much, much larger.
But as far as population, I think they're in the 80s. We're in the 70s.
Really?
Um,
Wow.
Fayetteville, Greenville, Gastonia is so spread out.
Right.
And there
Yeah.
doesn't seem to be a lot of large skyscrapers or buildings
Right.
that make you think, wow, this is a metropolitan area.
Right.
We are.
Yeah. Yeah.
75,000 people is a large concentration in one area.
It is. Yeah, it is. But you don't know of a. I mean, I wish I knew what the population of like Concord or even Kannapolis. They I don't know if there's 70,000 or not, but anyway.
I think Concord is less, and I think it's in the 50s, but I could be wrong.
But you know something? Though, Concord is still in that growth phase from the, I don't know what you want to call it, urban sprawl, whatever you want to call it. They're still doing it. We haven't gotten the full brunt of it yet, but I'm telling you, and you know this, but when it starts, it's going to go on for, I bet you, a good decade.
Oh yeah,
And it's going to be a ton of growth.
Yep.
So, I mean, listen, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to the traffic, but I am looking forward to the growth.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the diversity that will be coming.
Right.
The opportunity.
Right.
But like you said, there's always challenges, traffic, other things that we need, infrastructure.
Yeah.
Transportation issues, things that we'll have to deal with, and that we're continuing to look at. But the positive for me is the diversity and the cultures that will be coming in, and the
Right.
opportunity to change our mindset a little bit and expand our horizons. And
Yeah.
that, for me, that's exciting.
So let's talk a little bit about, I guess, politics. You, if I'm not mistaken, Danielle was on the show.
Yeah.
She was telling me that she runs for a certain district. Is that correct?
Award.
A ward. Okay.
Yeah. Same concept.
Right.
Yep.
But she still has to run like an at-large seat. Is that right?
It is. So it is a bit confusing. And when I ran a couple years ago. I thought this is kind of odd, but so you have to live in the ward that you represent.
Right.
So when you go to file, you obviously have to live in that ward.
Mm-hmm.
But the city at large votes for every single ward representative that is elected. So you could live on the east side, be on, like, I'm in Ward 1,
Right.
and the people in Ward 6, 5, 4, they all get to vote as well. So
Interesting.
it's the sum total of all those votes rather than just the ward itself.
Are there any quote unquote at-large seats?
No.
Okay.
They
Even
all,
not
they
even
all
with the
they all kind of seem like it because
Right,
we all
right,
work
right.
together and everybody votes. So in a sense, they really kind of are all at large.
Right.
But it is set up a little bit different.
Is the county the same way? No.
County is, it is. So like if you live in Dallas,
Mm-hmm.
you get to vote on the representative from Gastonia or Cherville or Mount Holly. So
Wow.
it is. And there's advantages and there's disadvantages. So for me, the disadvantage when I look at the way it's set up,
Mm-hmm.
let's take the county level for a minute. There's very, I was going to say very little, but there is no diversity on the county commission.
Right.
Part of that challenge is because Gastonia, which is the largest municipality within Gaston County,
Mhm.
has the most diverse population, would have the best chance of probably having a candidate that could win
Right.
and represent Gastonia on the county commission.
Right.
Those votes all get drowned out by other municipalities who also vote. So that, to me, is a challenge.
Right.
For me personally, when I was elected the first time I ran, I lost my ward. I won many parts of the other city. So you
Interesting.
can see how that comes into play for me.
Sure.
It was advantageous.
Right.
But I question whether that is a fair concept that we have and whether we need to change that, because I think that's a conversation that's worth having,
And I'm guessing it's been that way for a very long time.
like everything else. And
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
We do things because that's the way we've always done them.
Interesting. Wow.
Maybe it's time for a change.
Yeah. 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 Well, folks, guess what? Change is coming
It is-
in many different forms.
It's already here.
Yeah.
On many levels. But
Yeah, I agree. I agree. How do you think the mayor's doing?
As far as
This is
Right.
overall job.
okay, so in all transparency,
Right.
2 years ago when he was running, I was really skeptical. I didn't know Walker very well. I mean, I had heard who he was, and
Right.
obviously I had seen him as a city council member before. I
Right.
was wondering in my mind, how is he going to do if he wins? And when he won and
Mhm.
got on there, the very first thing he did was to put all of us at ease and say, we're all going to work together. There's things that we have to do in this city, and it's going to take a team to get it done. He has been, and I'm not just saying this because I support him and I like
Right.
him. I've grown to really respect the man.
Sure.
He has been the best thing for this city.
Wow.
In 2 short years, the man has done more than I've seen in probably 4 or 6 years.
Whoa.
I don't know where he gets his energy. I don't know how he finds the time to do what he does.
Right.
But he's everywhere. And there's nowhere that he hasn't been in Gastonia.
Yeah. Yeah.
And beyond Gastonia, he has reached out to other municipalities. He's
Right.
reached out to Charlotte. He's reached out to the airport. He's gone
Mhm.
up to Washington, D.C. He's building those relationships
Yep.
that are so critical when we talk about who we are as a city and
Sure.
how people perceive us when we have a mayor who actually goes out there and represents us and isn't
Right.
afraid to go and take his seat at those tables that were many times left vacant because Gastonia wasn't being represented. The man's doing awesome.
Yeah. Good.
And he has my full support, and I've endorsed him, and I will continue to say good things about him and hope that he wins. If he
Wow.
doesn't, it'll be an adjustment for me.
Yeah. Sure.
Because
Sure.
I've grown to really like him and appreciate him, not only as a mayor, but as a friend.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Wow. How do you think Danielle's going to, I'll say it, just go, yeah, I think she's going to do.
Danielle and I have known each other for about 10 years.
Oh,
And
okay.
it goes back into local politics, and I, she is such a wonderful person.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. She's good people.
She talks the talk and she walks the walk. And if she says something, she's going to do it.
Right.
And I have respected her and grown to appreciate her for many years and on many different levels. But I think she really has a good shot.
Right.
And of course, it all comes down to getting out the vote.
Sure.
Who shows up. And
Sure.
in these off years, a lot of times people kind of skip these races, even though they're probably some of the most important races
I agree.
you could ever vote for.
Yep. I agree.
So
Wow.
we'll see. I think she's doing a great job. I mean, she's really out there campaigning.
Yeah, she's doing her thing, phone calls, campaigning, the signs. I mean, she's doing everything that you should do. And it's so funny when she was here on the show, I asked her, I said, listen, somebody else asked her, why are you running? And she started off with what I call the canned answer.
Right.
You
The
know.
campaign speech.
Right. And I said, okay, wait. Let me stop you for a second. I said, you're running because you're tired of it. And she laughed a little bit. I said, you're tired of all the BS that's been going on. And you're
I
like,
saw that.
you remember
I
that?
heard that. Yep.
And she said, yeah, you're right. I said, because I said, I don't know you extremely well, but I know you well enough to know that you're tired and you want something done. And she agreed. So, and listen, that's why she's doing it. And I think she's the perfect candidate for it.
She is.
Yeah.
She is.
I think she's gonna do very well.
She'll shake things up a little bit. She'll make us think about some things that we haven't thought about.
Right.
She'll force us to put a mirror up to ourselves and look at what we're doing and where we're heading. And
Right.
that's good. That's really good. It's good to have that perspective.
Do you think on the county side though that is it tough in general for a person of color to win any of those seats?
I don't know if I would say a person of color, but I
Okay.
would say Democrats. And the only reason
Oh, Democrats,
the
right,
only reason
right.
I say that is because Pearl Burris Floyd is a Republican, and
Right.
she won not only a county commission seat, but she went on to serve in the state representatives
Right.
for a term as well.
That's true. That's true.
So I do think it is very difficult for anybody of color, but I think it's even more difficult if you're a Democrat and a person of color.
That's
I
a
think-
strong, solid line there, isn't it?
It is. I'm not. I don't think it's as hard as it was.
Right.
And I think things are changing. I think people are more open-minded to voting for a candidate that they think has the ability to understand what they're going through as a human being.
Sure. Yeah.
And a lot of more people are putting candidates and their platforms ahead of the party. instead of
Right.
Looking at them.
Yeah.
But it's still a pretty solid red area. And a lot of people just vote solid R or solid D.
That's true. Yeah, that's
That's
true.
the world we live in.
Yeah. That is true. Wow.
But I don't want to discourage anybody out there. 'cause
No,
I
no,
think
no,
eventually
no,
the right
no.
person's going to come along.
Right.
They're going to have the right personality.
Yeah.
They're going to be driven by a passion that's going to resonate with people. And if you're in the right
they're gonna be
place at the
tired.
right time,
Right.
something's going to happen and somebody's going to win.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and they're going to change things and turn everything on its head. So I hope I'm here for that day. I can't wait to see it.
Right. Well, I think you'll be here. I don't think it's that far away.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I really don't. So tell me this: where do you see this city in 10 and 25 years?
I definitely see it as a much more diverse and much more accepting
Right.
of people of different views, different colors, different religions, all those things that different sexualities, the whole gamut.
Sure. Yeah.
And I think most people are ready for that change. There's still pockets of
Sure,
resistance. Some
absolutely.
people still have bias and prejudice that they're hanging on to.
Sure.
And actually, none of us are perfect. We all evolve on a daily basis.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
But I think we're getting to that place where in 10, 15 years, I can see Gastonia as a much different place.
Okay.
That's my hope.
Yeah,
my
yeah,
dream.
yeah.
And I see it slowly evolving.
Right.
Where people are much more willing to give somebody a chance where maybe they wouldn't have 5, 10 years ago.
Right. It's funny you say that because I do think that people, hoping that in a decade they're tired of things being the same way. And I'll say this: I do think too that in 10 years things would have changed so much that that mindset is somehow diffused,
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
because it's not a good one. It's not a good mindset. It really. And listen, don't get me wrong. I think that I think fundamentally the Democratic Party does things for the right reason, but there's got to be some changes.
Yeah.
Got to be some changes, man. I think they know that they can depend on, like black women, for instance. Got to get the black women. Got to get the black women. Yeah, but you got to do something for black women.
Yes. Yes.
We anybody that is a minority in whatever flavor. There's a lot of Democrats in that, but I just don't think that the Democratic Party brings it all together the way that it should. Not real. That's just my view. And if they did, it would be a really just an unstoppable, fair and party that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I definitely think what you just said is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I've said similar things for several years now. That
Mm-hmm.
the party, the Democratic Party itself, we take for granted a lot of individual groups that tend to support the party.
Right.
And I see a danger, a potential danger out there.
Yeah.
First of all, when you take things for granted, you sometimes lose them.
Oh yeah.
But second of all, and I hope I'm not going out on a limb here, but if the Republican Party ever gets their act together and stops focusing on all of those social issues and starts treating people fairly and
Yeah.
begins to embrace diversity the way
Right.
it should be embraced, Democratic Party's in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. You're
If
right.
they don't start to reach out and understand people on a level that's much more deeper.
Right. Right.
And we shouldn't take people of color for granted because it's like a monolith. We think that they're all the same and they think the same.
Right.
I mean, does anybody think the same? I mean,
Right.
we're all different.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. I mean, listen, even you've got the party of Bernie Sanders. And I think if that dude were 20 years younger, it would be a wrap. He would take it. But I think age for him is somewhat a concern. I don't know that he's so far left that it would be, damaging. I think that his intentions are extremely good. But yeah, back to the Democrats. I just think that something's got to be changed and very quickly.
It
And I'm not saying people are going to be running to the Republican Party. I don't think
Right.
there's going to be droves of people doing that. I do think that people will become really independent.
independent or just apathetic and kind of drop out.
Right.
And that's the real danger.
Yeah, it is.
People don't feel they're representative and they lose hope in the whole process and they just say, forget it, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
And I mean, that's tragic.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It is.
Our vote and our voice are two things that we have that nobody should take away from us. I mean,
Well, true.
They can take it away, but they shouldn't.
I agree. And listen, we're getting ready to close this thing out, but I'm not even going to bring up the White House. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the only thing I'm going to say is the White House. Really? So anyway, Robert, I appreciate you being on the show, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's a great city here, a lot of potential, good people, and we're doing a lot of good things. So
There's a lot of room for improvement. There's a lot of things that are happening, going to happen. And again, like I was saying about the minority-owned businesses, I've always been a huge proponent of that. No matter where I go, but Gastonia has got to do something to embrace that.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know what department that would be. I have no idea. Probably economic development. I don't know. But that's got to be in place because, listen, I bet you that for the water treatment plant project, you could probably count on one hand how many, if any, minority-owned businesses helped out with that.
Yep. And that would be
That ain't good.
it's not good.
That ain't good at all.
No.
So when it comes down to fuse, some things should be different.
I agree. That's a good food for thought.
Yeah, yeah. Robert, thank you, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Folks, we're going to go ahead and cut the show. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you supporting. Listen, everything that we do, you know that we have. Do I have this on here? Oh, God, I do. Channel 13, and that's. I'm not going to go on and on and on about this, but Channel 13 is where you go if you want your own podcast show, and then there's Crafted, and that's the online shopping network. We have that here as well. So, but on tonight's show was Robert Kellogg. I appreciate him being here, and again, appreciate your support. And we'll see you. We'll have another show tomorrow, so we'll see you then. Have a good night, folks. Let me go and cut this.